Hi everybody, Coulter Brown here with Northern Ag TV. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. You know, it seemed like Santa unloaded half of his sleigh at our house. Both the kids and even the dog got spoiled, but it sure is fun to wake up with them Christmas morning, even if it is a little bit earlier than we normally like to. Well, as we get started here, I'm sorry to have to deliver some bad news here, but really every farmer, rancher, small business owner needs to take note that the beneficial ownership information reporting under the Corporate Transparency Act is now back on. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals reinstated an injunction that was put in place by a lower court, but now producers will have to report. Now, the Treasury Department did give a little more time. They delayed the reporting requirements for 2 weeks, but that still doesn't give business owners a lot of time to report. If they don't, we could face up to a $591 per day fine and potential criminal charges. More certainly to come, as the case is likely destined for the Supreme Court, but as it stands today, those reports must be completed by January 13th. Well, there's some more positive news. Kurt Kangas, the American Angus Association rep for Montana and Wyoming, put together the numbers for the fall bull sales season and some really strong figures here. Over 3,000 bulls sold to commercial producers, average 8,241, up 16% from last year. A lot more commercial bred females sold this year. 7,800 bred heifers averaged 3,295, up 23% from a year ago. And 5,500 bred cows, mainly 2 coming 3s up to 6-year-olds, they were 18% higher. Well, North Dakota legislators may consider a bill in the upcoming session about the selection process for the North Dakota Beef Commission. State Representative Dory Houck had a bill introduced that would establish an election process for the commission with the intention to be more transparent, similar to the way that the barley, corn, and pulse crop commodity boards are set up. The bill establishes 9 districts with cattle owners each electing 1 representative from their district every 3 years. Cattle producers over 18 who have not taken a state beef checkoff refund in the past year would be eligible to sit on the commission. And the U.S. prevailed in a dispute under the U.S.-Mexico-Canada agreement with Mexico concerning Mexico's desire to not import genetically engineered corn. A panel comprising members of all 3 countries sided with the U.S., though, on all 7 legal claims, finding that Mexico's measures are not based on science, and it said they undermine the market access that Mexico agreed to provide in the USMCA. Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll be back to talk about our markets after this.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
Talking with someone that you know is stressed out, those are difficult things to approach, but if you're good friends with those people, reach out and say, I'm here to talk to you. We can find somewhere to get some assistance. It's hard to get involved, but at the same time, you want to just say, hey, there is help available.
For more tips in dealing with stress in agriculture or for free counseling for egg producers, visit beyondtheweather.com.
Well, the cattle futures were pretty quiet on Christmas Eve, with trade just bouncing either side of steady, fairly limited volume. There is some concern in the market that packers had a lot of cash-fed cattle purchased for deferred delivery last week, which could cause them to be less aggressive in the market this week. That cash trade was steady to $2 higher last week. Live deals coming in with an average of $184.73. Dress deals with the best performance, averaging $305.64, a high way up at $315. Lots of bred cow sales have happened here recently. At St. Onge Livestock, bred heifers sold from $2,600 to $3,000. 3 to 5-year-old bred cows $2,800 to $3,200. The solidmouth cows from $2,500 to $2,600, and short-term cows $1,875 to $2,325. A big feeder sale to wrap up the year in Glasgow, where 4-weight steers averaged $380, a top at $443. Your light 5-weights averaging $352, upper 5-weights at $333 with their high at $349. 6 to 6.5 weight steers averaging $312. And wheat futures backed out of their Monday rally and were right back to threatening new contract lows. Didn't get there, thank goodness, but we sure need this market to do better in 2025. Higher Russian cash values with a cap on wheat exports expected to come next year did provide some market support, but the higher dollar and better wheat crops in the southern hemisphere have limited wheat's ability to rally. Like we said, hopefully they do better next year. That's going to do it for this morning's report. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day.